Okay, hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? So I'm going to put that there. Can you let me know if you can hear me and see me? Great, thank you, Grace. I did ask a few times, but I'm guessing, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that everyone can see me and hear me and that they can see the chart wheel, because obviously that's what we're going to be talking about. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your Sunday morning with me. Or, well, it's morning here in the UK, and I realised that the moon is no longer at 0 degrees of Pisces, but I was fast asleep when it was, and I don't think my neighbours would have thanked me if I was up talking Astro and Tarot shop talk at like 7 in the morning. So thank you for being here. Thank you for checking it out. So what is this? If you have been following me over the last 5 days, you will know that I am doing a I'm doing a Kickstarter. So, and as part of that, we will be following the moon, and we will be talking about the moon as she moves through all of her signs, or all of the signs, and we're going to be talking about that. So as a part of my Kickstarter, if you want to get a reading at a great price, they will be fulfilled at the latter end of this year and going into January. There are all kinds of amazing tiers. There's moon calendars, there's tarot calendars, there's all kinds of crazy and amazing stuff that I've created. And if you want to study tarot in the new year, you can get a space on that course. There are only 15 spaces, and I know 2 of which are already gone. So if you would like to be a part of that, it's 12 weeks. It's not just a bunch of videos. This is literally me taking you through the whole thing. So if you want to be a part of it, hit the link in the description box below and check it out. Radiant Reality is searching for a new home, or a full-time real home, as we say. And yeah, that's what this is all about. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless the session with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us all on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So if you haven't got one, get yourself a brew, and we will get into it. So the moon in Pisces, I've got my trusty notes here as always. So the moon coming through Pisces, so first of all, when it comes to the tarot aspect of this, I'm doing what I've affectionately named the 12-fold path. So as you can see, well, no, you can't see at the moment, but you will see that the cards are laid out already, the basis of it. So as the moon comes through Pisces, we're going to be looking at our mind, body and spirit, right? So what do we know when we're talking about the moon going through Pisces? So the moon going through Pisces is a time of spiritual and creative renewal with a sense of feeling. All right, Pisces as a sign is it's very feeling orientated. It's a water sign. It's, in fact, Pisces is, to me, my humble opinion, Pisces is the ultimate water sign, because it's mutable water, and water itself is changeable, it's adaptable, it moves, it flows, right? And those are the qualities of water. You know, it's flowing and moving and feeling and intuitive and even creative. Water, aside from earth, is known as the element of life, right? Water is the element that brings life, it sustains life. So, you know, really, really exciting when you think about it like that. So this moon, as the moon moves through the sign of Pisces, this moon is sensitive and it's caring and it's creative and it's intuitive. As the moon is coming through Pisces, it's a time to observe the magical and the mystical. Remember, Pisces isn't just about caring and feeling and dreaming. It's a very spiritual sign when you think about it at the base level. Hi Lisa Jade, thanks for being here. It's a very spiritual sign. You know, when we think about compassion and spiritual wisdom and spiritual connection, these are all things that are ruled by Pisces. And you know, it's said that everything that you see out in the world was once a thought. Everything that you can see in front of you, so the laptop, the pad that I'm reading from, the cup that I'm drinking from, the computer, the iPad, you know, the buildings outside, all of it, originally it was just once a thought. And Pisces is all about the imagination, it's all about creativity, it's all about the ability to visualize and connect to something above and beyond. It represents that connection to the spiritual, and also it represents the connection to the whole, right? If Aquarius represented the tribe itself, so Pisces would literally be like the soul of the tribe. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you kind of put it in that way. So this is a time for musicality and creativity. Your creativity over the time of the moon moving through Pisces could be very, very high, you know, and use that as well. So some of the traits that we talk about with Pisces, Pisces is emotive and connected at its best, and it's escapist and scattered at its worst. So which end of that kind of spectrum you operate at obviously is completely up to you, and obviously the level of consciousness that you're at. So in terms of your environment and your home, and you know, the environment that you put your body in. So why are we talking about this? First of all, we're talking about the moon in Pisces, and we're talking about your mind, body and spirit. So the moon in ancient astrology represented the mind and the body, because it represents the things in life that are changeable, the things in life that fluctuate, that wax and wane, just like the cycles of the moon. And so the reason we talk about your environment is because, well, your body is an environment in and of itself, but you live in an environment, and the moon kind of relates to how you relate to your environment. So make your home appealing to your sense of emotional clarity and spiritual connection. Over these next few days, maybe even create a space or create time to sit in your favorite space within the home where you can just reflect and allow your mind to drift off into imagination. If you have a problem or something you've been working on for some time that you don't seem to be able to get past or move beyond or something like that, it would be a really good time to sit and just let your mind flow over that problem. Just let your mind and I don't mean sit and focus on it intensely and grab at it and stress about it and all of the rest of it. Literally just sit back, observe, like call up the thing that you want to solve or the issue that you might want to look at, and allow your mind to flow with it. Allow your mind to kind of say, right, okay, what can I see here? What can I feel here? What do I intuit? How do I imagine that this might go? This is a really good time, moon coming through Pisces, a great time to spend in visualization. This is a really powerful time for that because it's very imaginative, it's very creative, it's almost as well, in a way, it's tapping into that liminal space. And the liminal space, what we talk about is when your mind comes just below the conscious. So it's kind of in that sort of state of being able to connect to and feel other things around it. So where and how, really good to spend time visualizing or quietly contemplating. Another thing that you could really put your time into at the moment is ask yourself about how compassionate you're being. How can you help somebody else? Is there a problem or an issue that somebody else has, and can you help them with it? That's any kind of charitable or hospitable work that you can do at this moment in time over the sort of next 2-3 days would be time very well spent. Alright, so as we look at all of the light and the bright, we need to look at the shadow as well. So over this course of this moon coming through Pisces, this is not a time for you to cover up how you feel. It's a time for you to connect to how you feel. It's a time for you to really allow yourself to feel your feelings, allow yourself and your mind, like I said, to go over those thoughts and feelings. And like I said, not like this with an iron grip. Don't force it. Just allow it to kind of come up, observe it, allow it. Water is the element of flow, and so your emotions and your thoughts are supposed to flow. When the moon is in a water sign, that's what that's how the rhythms move through you. So use this time as the moon comes through Pisces. If you find yourself being more emotional and a bit more sensitive and a bit more kind of like about things, don't bottle it up, allow it to flow. This is over the next sort of 2-3 days, whatever your vices are. Don't substance abuse, food, drugs, alcohol, anything like that. It is a time for spirituality. I mean, if you're into psychedelics and stuff, this would be a really powerful time, but unless you can do it consciously and in a very controlled manner, I mean, obviously completely your choice. I'm not condoning or advocating for such things, but if you're going to do it, like I said, just make sure that you're in a certain space when you do. Go through your emotions instead of running from them. This is a really, really important thing. Remember what I said earlier, Pisces is emotive and connected at its best. It's scattered and escapist at its worst, right? And so what you want to do at this moment in time is really allow yourself to go through what you actually feel. Also, Pisces is a sign of sacrifice. Sometimes it can be very self-sacrificing, giving to the point of fault. Is there some place in your life, is there some part of your life that you're doing this, or you're giving too much? This is a time to really observe that. And then more importantly, what may you be hiding? Are you hiding yourself? Are you hiding a secret? Are you hiding something that's truly hurt you in some way? This is a time to really observe those things. And then, so with the best use this time as the moon comes through Pisces. do something creative, draw, paint, sing, if you're not a drawer or a painter. Spend time visualizing, use your imagination. If you have ever done any kind of energy work, or you know how to do energy work, this would be a great time for that as well. Really great time for that kind of thing as well, actually. So another thing that you could do over these next few days as the moon comes through Pisces, sit and take a moment to really observe what 2020 has actually been for you, what it has done for you, where it's taken you, where it has brought you, what it has released from your life, what it's completed in your life, what it's begun in your life. All of it. Just really take a time to observe it and to be honest about it as well. Just accept it as it is. Pisces is very accommodating, very accepting. Mutable water, it just accepts whatever environment it's kind of in. And that's one of the superpowers. Yes, it can be the thing that drains you or makes you feel tired, but it's also the superpower as well. Over these next few days, brilliant time to call on your guides, your angels, your spirits, your ancestors, whatever your practice is. If there's someone or something in the spirit realm that you are connected to, this would be a fantastic time to connect with that. Also, as the moon comes, so I think it's on the 23rd, the moon will be coming into a conjunction with Neptune, and that can be amazing, but it can also be really emotionally quite heavy. So if that is the case and you're in that space, my advice to you would be take a long hot soak with bubbles and scents and smells and candles, like all of that stuff. A bath like that under a moon conjunct Pisces is very, very healing, so utilize that to your best advantage. Alright, so as you can see the chart wheel, I'm going to go straight into it. So here today, as we come into 10:30 here in the UK, and I'm using whole sign astrology here, by the way. So as the moon comes into its trine with Venus, this could be a time for some really deep loving. It could be a time of really healing some personal old wound. It could be a time where, Venus trine the moon is really it's really not even asking, it's helping and assisting with some kind of healing on a deep level when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your sensuality, your sexuality, your connection to those things. If you have any wounds surrounding love, relationships, connections of those kinds, those could be really, really, this could be a good time to really examine that stuff. It would be a really good time as well, because Venus trine the moon, it kind of offers a salve, right? It offers a salve and a balm for the heart and for the psyche and for the spirit, right? So use this transit as it comes through. The moon is also squaring Sagittarius. So the moon, as it's come into Pisces, is now squaring the sun in Sagittarius. And one of the things that I kind of feel might come up over the course of this day is, and don't forget as well, it's pulling away now. So the moon is already at 3 degrees at this point of Pisces, because it moves really quickly, hence the changeable nature. The sun is at 0 degrees of Sagittarius, right? So it's already pulling away from that, and it will continue. But I thought it was worth mentioning. Today, this is a time for a reality check of your beliefs, and the origins of those beliefs. Like, where did they come from? Your personal past, your conditioning, your history, your family, and more importantly, do those beliefs serve to empower you, or do they restrict you in some kind of way? And it's interesting because the sun in Sagittarius is highlighting what the beliefs are, right? What your deeply ingrained belief structure may be. And then the moon in Pisces is saying, right, okay, but I want to expand beyond that now. I want to come out of that into something that does feel more empowering, and so to something that does feel more, ultimately more settling for me. Alright, so then we have the 23rd, and the moon is squaring both the south and the north and the south node. So what I've kind of put here is what you want, where you've been, and where you are is all being combined. And with the moon being in Pisces, The big question is, what do you envision for your life? What do you, when you project yourself out there into the reverie of it all and you kind of poke about with your intuition, what do you intuit for your life? What do you feel drawn to or pulled to? So the moon is going to trine Mercury on the 23rd as well. This is going to be a really powerful time for some deep introspection, and it could be a really powerful time for some deep spiritual connection as well, because remember, as I was saying, the moon's going to conjunct Neptune. Neptune isn't just confusion and upset or even poisons and all of that sort of stuff. It's also spirituality. It's also transcendence. It's a beacon of spiritual hope that pulls you towards something so ideal that sometimes it can be a little bit kind of, ooh, okay, that's really lofty, it's really out there. But if you can hold on to yourself, this could be a time for some really powerful and very deep introspection of getting to know yourself, of to really okay. I'm not sure how I can rectify that, to be honest. Here we go. Great. Thank you. As I was saying, with the moon trine Mercury and conjunct Neptune. So remember what I was saying to you about, so the moon conjunct Neptune can be deeply spiritual, or it can be really confusing. So it's kind of up to you, and also it's about where your level of consciousness and self-understanding really is at. And the other part of this as well, this would be the day on the 23rd. Take a good long hot soak, right, with bubbles and scents and candles. It sounds like, everyone's probably looking at me like, Raph's a giant girl, but so what, I don't care. Like, when the moon comes into contact with Neptune, or when Neptune is retrograde, I always utilize the power of water because I feel it quite heavily. So yeah, this would be a really good time for that. Alright, and then finally we have the 24th. So as the moon is on, as we come into the 24th, the moon is going to be sextile to Saturn, Capricorn and Pluto. So this is really potent stuff, and I think actually by the time we get to the next time where the moon is in Pisces, these planets will have shifted. So hi Katie, yeah, we're only about 20 minutes in, so you're definitely on time. On the 24th, the moon is going to sextile Saturn, Capricorn and Pluto. And the way that I see this, so we could go into all of the planets in Capricorn, but we've been hearing about them ad nauseum this year because it's just been that huge conglomerate there over in Capricorn. And it's funny as well, isn't it, that Capricorn represents corporations and conglomerates, and we've got this powerhouse trio in there at this moment in time. So yeah, I will say that the way that I'm kind of envisioning this is this. Remember, sextiles present opportunities. The problem with sextiles is sometimes they can be hidden opportunities, so you have to move on them. And the problem with trines is most people feel it as such an easy energy that they kind of just, they don't really use it actively enough. So if you're proactive on the 24th about using that moon sextile those three planets in Capricorn, an opportunity to ground your vision. So spend this next few days as the moon moves through Pisces to really just kind of envision, what does life look like for you? Where do you envision yourself going? When you imagine your best life or the most wonderful experience that you could have in your life, what do you see? And when you connect to that kind of energy, the conglomerate over there in Capricorn, Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter are grounding that vision to say, right, okay, how do we build that? It's great to have these lofty goals and to be all up there in it, but what can we do with it? How can we make this a reality? And then, I mean, I don't really look too much at Chiron, but when you see the moon on the 24th, she's kind of sandwiched there between Neptune, Chiron, and Mars as well. So that could be a day for a little bit of emotional intensity for sure. It's definitely a possibility. So pay attention, you know, over this time, and remember as well. Everyone talks about Pisces being really sensitive, and you know, yes, it is that. But check this out. What is a HSP, a hypersensitive person? Any intuitive that you know, whether they're a psychic, a medium, whether they are a card reader, all the rest of it. 9 out of 10 psychics all grew up with either some sort of eczema, some sort of allergy, something to do with, you know, like an allergy or a sensitivity to something or other. And I find that really interesting, because that sensitivity, yes, all right, it makes you sensitive to the world and to the things around it, but once you fine tune it, you start to tap into all of these other gifts that aren't necessarily tangible or quantifiable, right? And that's Pisces for me. That's the otherworldly connection. So spend this time being sensitive and allowing yourself to say, oh, okay, yeah, I'm feeling something. What is that? Listen to you know, if you can spend even just a half an hour scanning through your body, just asking your body, okay, tell me what you're feeling. Oh, okay, yeah, I've got a little bit of tightness in one of my knees. Right, okay. What can I do about that? Maybe do some stretching. All right, check the internal system now. Yeah, okay, mostly good. Tummy's a little bit iffy, but that's probably because I haven't had breakfast today. But do you see what I mean? Like, just literally spend time really scanning through your body. Immersing yourself into things is a very Piscean trait, to your advantage as well. All right, so that's the Astro part. Let's get to the Tarot part. Let's do that. Hi, Hive Mind. Lovely to have you. Hello, everybody, by the way. I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing well. It's my little Sports Direct mug. If you live in the UK and you haven't got a Sports Direct mug, you're doing it wrong. Okay. Okay. So I can see already that you may not be able to see that. So let's do that. Okay, can you see the full wheel now? Hi Claire, lovely to have you, sweet pea. I hope you're all right. Excellent. All right, so today we're gonna do. Here's an interesting thing that you'll notice with the cards. So we have the moon. Now in the tarot, the moon. Hi Yusuf, lovely to have you. In the tarot, the moon card literally represents the sign of Pisces. So, as some of you may have guessed, look what I've done. I pulled the Hanged Man on top of it. Why? The reason being is because the Hanged Man represents Neptune. So it's a link to the Pisces. Now, I could have left it as just the moon card on its own, which, you know, would have been all right. It wouldn't have been an issue. But the reason I brought the Hanged Man into it is because the Hanged Man very spiritual card, right? In its highest expression, it's a very powerful and very intuitive, spiritual sort of energy. In its dysfunctional sense, it's escapism and running away. It is all manner. Let me just do. Oh no, wrong one. Yeah, it's. Oh no, it doesn't like that. Okay, I can't move my massive noggin anymore, I'm afraid. Yeah, in its dysfunctional sense, the Hanged Man is escapism. It's self-sacrifice. It is, running away. It's disillusionment. It is illusion as well. Interestingly enough, in many readings for people that are Pisceans or musicians that work with or around TV or radio, they will pull the Hanged Man. And it's interesting, isn't it, the correlation that you see there with Neptune. So really interesting. And you can learn more of those little facts and tidbits if you want to get onto my tarot course. The link is in the description box below. So let's get into it. As always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you all on a path to your highest vibrational good. So we're going to be looking at your mind, body and spirit, going through the signs. Let me do that. Does that work? Is that better? I'm just trying to... Alright. So, for Aries, in the mind, you have the Strength card. Let me do this. There we go. I think that's better, isn't it? Right, yeah, so Aries, in the mind, you have the Strength card. So yeah, this could definitely give you a lot of strength in mind, but over the moon moving through the sign of Pisces, this would be about you bringing the heart into the mind. So it's not just charging ahead with things sort of, and I'm going to smash my head on it until I get past it. This is about really taking a time to really think and feel what you feel. Now, when it comes to your mood, you could be feeling a bit more playful, and when I say playful, I don't mean sort of like acting like a big kid, but this could be a time where you are feeling a little bit more in tune with your inner child. That's definitely a part of it. And as an insight card, this really for me suggests that there is something that your heart or the deepest part of you is asking you to acknowledge. So it's kind of like your psyche or the deepest part of your mind is trying to get a message to you. It wants something that is not maybe necessarily being fulfilled at this time. So use the moon coming through Pisces to spend time with that and see what comes to you. So for your body and your fortune and your instinct, you have the Queen of Cups. This is going to be a time, my dear Aries, as the moon comes through Pisces, you really need to nurture and nourish yourself. This is a time where you really need to parent yourself. There's a lot of sort of inner child stuff going on here for you, Aries. This would be a time to really find out where it is that you need to be mothered, where it is that you need to be looked after, where it is that you need to be nourished. Pay attention to this over this sort of next few days. When it comes to your fortune, because the moon represents your money as well, like your finances or the fortune that you're born to or is available to you at any given moment. This kind of suggests as well that you might be sort of wanting to spend on things at this moment in time. It kind of suggests that, if it makes me feel good, if it's luxurious, if it gives me security, if it makes me feel good in the moment, then I want it. So just be cautious of that. When it comes to your instinct, well, I think we've covered that really, really well. This is a time, my dear Aries, to really nurture and nourish your inner child, and to ask that inner child, that inner aspect of self, what is it that you truly want and need at this moment in time, and how do you envision that you can get hold of that? Oh wow, thank you, Mona. That's lovely. All right, so for your spirit, Wow. Okay. So you've got the High Priestess. So Aries, this is a time for really connecting to your intuition. It's interesting as well because as the moon comes through Pisces, sorry guys, I forgot to mention. These readings are specifically for the ascendant. So as I'm reading the tarot cards, I'm literally talking about your ascendant sign. So this is relevant for Aries ascendant people. The moon is actually moving through your 12th house at the moment. And with the High Priestess there as your spirit card, this could be a time where you really want to pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your gut reactions and hunches to things as well. This is a really powerful time to trust your intuition and to connect with your intuition. There is a secret being revealed to you, Aries, about yourself, by yourself, right? About where you're going from here, what you really need at those deeper levels. So yeah, lovely. Remember these tarot readings are specifically for your ascendant sign. All right. So for Taurus, in your mind, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is nice because it's like you, over this course of these next few days, you have literally already started to set your mind forward. This is about you already, like, Taurus, it looks like you've already started to envision what it is that you want. You know, as the moon moved through Aquarius, you may have really started to get sort of a handle on that. And the Knight of Pentacles kind of says that you're already fixed on a specific goal. So it's kind of like you've already chosen what you want to do or where you want to go. Now, as a mood, this is going to see you feeling very determined over this moment. A Pisces moon is not necessarily the best moon to push on with something, so I would take it at a pace. Use this time, now that you know what you want, use this time to envision or build what those steps look like on a mental sort of level. As it comes into your insight, you could... It's probably on your travels, so whether this is going to the local shop, I mean, here in the UK we're on lockdown, so it probably won't be going any further than like a walk or to the shop. But, you know, for those of you that can get out and about, it's very likely to be on your travels in some way that your mind kind of opens and expands and wonders, and you might get some sort of insight come in from an external factor. So if you can get out and about, absolutely do. For your body, you have the Seven of Wands. So when it comes to your physical health and vitality, because remember the moon is the mind, the body, the fortune as well, this would be, these next few days, this is a time where you really want to stay focused on or look after your immune system. All right, so lots of you know, I was going to say garlic and ginger tea, unless you're really hardcore. Probably not. I've done it a few times, but it's the garlic, man. I can't. I can handle some pretty gnarly tea. I have. Oh wow, it's 5:34 in New York. Wow, thank you so much for being here. In my tea this morning, I have fennel, and I also have oregano oil. And it's nice. It's a bit intense, but it's lovely and it's good for you. Do things that can really prop up your immune system, Taurus, over the next sort of few days. When it comes to your fortune, your Seven of Wands kind of suggests that when it comes to the finances or the money over these next few days, you might be kind of looking at what needs to be adjusted, or you might have to not battle for something, you might have to take the high ground when it comes to your fortune and your finances, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how it hits. As an instinct, this could be a time where you feel a bit more protective, either over yourself or somebody else. And then for your spirit, you have the Emperor. Look at that. So you're definitely feeling a bit more, you know, a bit more... certainly spiritually you're feeling a bit more robust at this time. You could it could be a really powerful time as well when it comes to your intuition, that you could start to envision what you need to change at the ground level. So as you're dipping into that sort of intuitive space throughout this Pisces transit of the moon, you could really start to see, right, okay, those are the steps, these are the things that I need to build, and more importantly, these may be the roadblocks that I come up against, you know, especially especially because you've got the Knight of Pentacles there coupled with the Emperor. So for some of you as well, this could see you literally taking a trip or a journey of some sort that reveals something to you. So if you have to get out and about, or you have to go and do something, Taurus, these next 3 days are going to be great for that. For Gemini, in your mind, you have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this to me suggests that there is something or someone that you are trying to fathom whether you actually trust. This is revealing to you, you know, in terms of the mind. It could be as well where some of you, and this is one of the things that I like about Geminis, they're very able to really kind of call it as they see it. Like, even if it's them, you know, or they're saying something or they're doing something and they're like, actually, I'm not sure I believe that anymore. They're able to really just chuck it out and quickly at that. That's a good place to be. And this, you know, the Seven of Swords is not an easy card, especially when it comes to the mind, because it could see you having, that's what I need to, yeah, it could see you having a bit of a, yeah, maybe even like a bit of a battle with yourself over something that's kind of going round and round in the mind. When it comes to your insight, this is going to be a time, I'm sorry to say, my dear Geminis, you may very well sniff out a lie. There might be something that comes up or something that's said to you and you're like, that doesn't sit right with me and I want to know why. Let your mind and your inner faculties run over it and it will highlight it to you. Look at that. The Seven of Swords with the High Priestess. That is a secret that is about to be revealed to you. Gemini, over these next few days as the moon comes through Pisces, expect to hear some sort of news or information. And it may be news and information that you kind of think to yourself, I'm not sure I trust that, or I'm not sure I believe it. I wonder as well, just given that Gemini is the sign of the media and communication and, you know, facts and all the rest of it, I wonder, because don't forget the moon's going to conjunct Neptune on the 23rd. So I wonder if we're going to see something come out on the wider world stage or in the news that we're all a bit like, no. You know, so really pay attention to that. On a physical fortune level, this would be a time, you know, if you can, Gemini, this would be a really good time to detox the body. And it would also, you know, because they say that the clearer your mind and your body are, the more powerful the intuition. And you have the High Priestess card there. When it comes to your fortune and your finances and stuff, again, I kind of see you in that space where it's almost like there's some part of you that's questioning where you're putting your finances or what your money is actually doing. So, yeah, I mean, this could be a good time for that. And then for your Spirit, excuse me, my ugly mug get right up in the camera there, you have the Tower card. Okay, so I have to, yes, there is a disclosure coming to the world. I think so. I think there's going to be more than one. Watch for it over these next few days. I mean, look at that. You've got the Tower card there that comes up for you Gemini ascendant people. Remember, guys, for the tarot read, it's all about your ascendant. We're looking at your ascendant sign. So if you're an ascendant Gemini, this is specifically for you. To a lesser degree, the sun. To a lot lesser degree, the moon. And just because of the way that I've structured it, all right? You've got the Tower card. This could be a big spiritual revelation that comes in for you over this time, Gemini. This could be a moment where you have some, you know, amazing or powerful insight. The Tower card with the High Priestess, that is the reveal of a big secret, you know, like, and with the Seven of Swords there as well. That could be where something or someone tries to pull the wool over your eyes. But look at that, because you've got the Tower card in the spirit energy, it suggests that your spirit is going to be so strong and so powerful and so it's kind of just going to be blown open. So this could be a really powerful time for that. Pay attention. It would be interesting to see for those of you that are Gemini rising or ascendants over these next 3 days, if you could share some of your experiences, if they're not too personal, that would be great. For Cancer, all right, look at that. In the mind, you have the Witch, which is actually the, come on, brain. It's actually the Magician card. Sorry, I had to have a little brain think there. And what that says to me as well is, when it comes to the mind, this is about you now coming into your own power of, and more importantly, it's about bringing a big idea to life. As the moon is in the sign of Pisces, it's sending you a trine energy. So this is an energy that is harmonious and easy. Get your ideas down onto paper over these next 3 days as the time. Hi, Lisa. Lovely to have you. As the moon comes through Pisces over these next few days, get your ideas down on paper. Make them as concrete as you possibly can. All right? Witchy Gypsy, hi. When it comes to your mood, you could be feeling very powerful in the mind this week. And when it comes to your insight, this could see you being more decisive than you've been possibly all year. You know, this could be a time where Cancerian people could really be like, right, I'm resolute on this. For your body, you have the Emperor. So this would be a time to fortify your vessel. So it's not 1864, Raf. So when I say fortify your vessel, what I mean by that would be... Hi Luna, it's lovely to have you. Thank you for being here. That would mean like literally looking after your physical body. So maybe looking at your diet, maybe looking at your, you know, how strong are you? How strong is your vessel? You know, are you, you know, if the need arose and your car broke down, would you have the strength to carry your shopping the rest of the way home? You know, things like that. It seems really stupid and trivial, but what if that is your experience at some point? Is your vessel strong enough to go about its daily tasks? And if not, what are you going to do about it? When it comes to your fortune, for those of you Cancerian ascendants, if you are thinking about applying for a loan or money or appealing to a financial institution, this would be a really good time to get the proposal planned. This would be a really good time to put something together. So, you know, in the now, because your mind is reaching for it, but the Magician card is making it strong enough to kind of see it through in a way that is met with real practicality of the Emperor. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. For your spirit... and then for your instinct, yeah, this is, like I said, this is you over these next few days. When it comes to your body, you could just really be aware of what you actually need on a physical level. For your spirit, you have the Star card, which is beautiful. It really suggests these next 3 days are going to highlight to you what your future actually looks like and what it is that you really want from it. It will also highlight to you, Cancer, as well, what the tribe actually looks like, you know. And I've long believed that not always is the family that means most to you the family that you're born to. It's sad to say that, and you know, it's not always nice to hear, but it's sometimes very, very true. And sometimes the people that you need aren't necessarily the people that you share blood with. Sometimes the people that you need end up being those other. When it comes to your intuition and your wisdom, this is a time to really, you got the Star card coupled with the Witch card or the Magician card. For those of you that have channels like I do, for those of you that work in any of these fields, seek out a good marketer, somebody that's good at their job. And actually there is, if she's still here, there's an amazing lady that does this kind of stuff. Her name is Claire Harvey. I've forgotten what her Instagram name is. It's I think it's Soul Tribes. But yeah, if you have anything that you do like this, tap into somebody like that. This could be a time where you could really start to envision what broadening your reach actually looks like to you. For Leo, my ascendant brothers and sisters, we get... Ooh, I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. We've got the 10 of Cups in the mind, the mood, and the insight. So in terms of the mind, this sees, and I literally cannot, with how accurate this is for me personally, and I'm not just saying that. 10 of Cups, what is this whole Kickstarter about? about radiant reality finding a new home. Right? And the Ten of Cups isn't just happiness and abundance, it literally represents home, you know, the place that you feel secure, a place that you can build, a place that you can have roots, a place that you can connect with the people that you love and care for most. Look at that. And that's so true for me. I mean, the Ten of Cups, in terms of the mood, this could see you really wanting that experience of home, needing that experience of, you know what, yeah, you know, I want to be connected to something, but something solid, something concrete. It's a 10, the 10 of Cups. So yeah, love that. And in terms of the insight, this could be over the next 3 days. There could be some sort of insight that comes from the family or comes from the people that you're connected to. What I find really interesting about this as well is yesterday, for those of you that are ascendant Leos, Venus moved into Scorpio. And Scorpio is the fourth house for Leo ascendant people. So really, really interesting. So in our body and our fortune, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. I'm laughing because it's like Taro's having a little giggle with us at the moment, and I love it when he does this. Yes, I have a full-on conversations at times with my deck. Sometimes he's amazing, sometimes he's obnoxious, and not just a specific deck, I mean the entity that is tarot. That's probably the best way for me to say it. What I find really interesting about that is the Ace of Pentacles as a time sequence represents 1 year. And so in our body, this suggests that what our focus is on the material plane, it's on the material level, on a physical material level, something to do with the home, whether that's changing the home, moving the home, acquiring a home. What it could also look like as well on a fortune level is that whatever it is that you've been building over the last 12 months is about to see some sort of fruition. And for your instinct, this could be a time where you are more aware of the group, not even the groups, the connections, the professional connections that you may need in order to fulfill some of your goals. Ace of Pentacles is always a lovely card. And then for our spirit, we have the Universe card. All right, I'll take it. Thank you very much for this Sunday message. So in terms of the spirit, we have the World card. So for you Leo ascendant people, what next level are you ready for? What next movement in your life are you ready for? These two cards coupled together literally represent a journey that is taken in the next year. So whatever is taking place over these next 3 days, pay attention, because the chances are they could be feeding into something that happens at a much later date. And when it comes to your intuition, this is a time where you could just feel like you're more jacked into the mains. Interesting as well, because Pisces is the 8th house for Leo. So, you know, really, really interesting stuff there. Okay, for Virgo, in your mind, you have the 8 of Cups. So this is, it's a great idea for a t-shirt. Love it. For Virgo, you have the 8 of Cups, and what this is going to see you focused on over these next few days as the moon comes through Pisces, which is your direct opposite in the zodiac, by the way. So, you know, it's the moon is taking place, this moon moving through Pisces is in your 7th house. So you've got that 8 of Cups there. And when it comes to the mind, this is going to see you really envisioning ultimately what journey you are actually ready to take now. This could be a journey away from something, absolutely, because it's the 8 of Cups, but it could also be the journey towards something. And this is going to see you really building that. And I said this, I can't remember what video it was in, but a lot of Virgo people could be coming, you know, certainly if you do this kind of thing, or you're on YouTube, or you're, you know, out there in the world, you know, providing information, 2021 could take you into the energy of becoming a household name, or certainly becoming more known for what you do. And that 8 of Cups kind of says to me, yeah, you know what, this is about you letting go of that idea. So over these next 3 days, this could see you getting really comfortable with the idea that more people want what you're offering, more people want to see you, more people want to know you. So just letting go of that idea that you should always be behind the scenes. When it comes to your mood, now this could see you very pensive. All right, this could see you very sort of deep in thought over the next few days. And while it may appear to others that you're checked out, it's not that at all. It's just that you're thinking at a really deep level, about maybe some of your connections, about maybe, some of the paths that that you're ready to take now. And then for your insight, again, any of the journeys that you take soon will probably be very, very relevant for you. And then for your body, you have the Devil card. All right, so plain and simple, what are you holding on to that you know you could let go of? Do you have a bad habit? Are you a smoker? Are you a drinker? Do you stay up too late on your phone scrolling? Been guilty of that a few times myself. Do you know what I mean? And it's, when you're in lockdown, it all just blurs and blends. I'm so grateful for my work. I think if I didn't have my work, I probably would have gone mad. Over the time earlier this year, and especially in this second one, I just kind of feel like everything's kind of blurring into one at this point. For your fortune and your body, and for your fortune and your body, when it comes to the monetary aspect of things, are you being too rigid with your money? Is there something that you know you need? Is there something that you know that you really want, that you're kind of almost denying yourself? This would be a time where you want to pay attention to that, because it's not a time for self-denial. Maybe check in, what you want or why you want it, for sure, but denying yourself is not the right energy at the moment. So then you have the Wheel of Fortune as your spirit card. And this is great. What this tells me is that you are expanding your ideas, your reach, you're expanding your horizons as well in a lot of ways. Now, it would be fair to say, with the Wheel of Fortune as well, that some of you, you could be taking a risk or a gamble. And over these next 3 days, it will be highlighted to you whether this risk or this gamble is the right one to take at the moment. And the reason I say that is because you've got the Wheel of Fortune coupled with the Devil card. It's nature in this deck, but it's the Devil card in the Rider-Waite. That is not a good combination. Sometimes it can speak of or to gambling addictions, believe it or not. And so when I see those together with the 8 of Cups, I'm like, yeah, it looks like these next 3 days there's going to be a risk or a gamble that you're wanting to take. I'm just not sure it's the right one. So just observe, all right? For Libra, in your mind, you have the Holly King, which is actually the Hermit, La Ermita, which is nice, right? Because so these next few days, as the moon comes through Pisces, this is going to see you very focused on your inner work, right? So, and it's funny because I remember saying to Libra a few times in, I think it was the November or the December video, that they would be doing a lot of inner work. And these next few days, as the moon comes through Pisces, this will see you doing that work. I kind of see this as you doing the preliminary work for something. So there's something that you're preparing for over these next few days as the moon comes through Pisces. When it comes to your mood, you could be feeling a bit more, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. Over these next few days, as the moon comes through Pisces, you could be feeling a bit more nitpicky. You might be feeling a little bit more sort of detail orientated, but almost like, crabby with it. So just try to curb that. And then for your insight, this is going to be a personal illumination that comes. For those of you that have ancestor practices or, anything like that, I think it would be really good. Thank you so much. I'm really, really glad that everybody's enjoying it. For your body, look at this. Libra, you have the Fool card. All right, so it's the green man in this deck, but it's the spirit of what is new. It's the spirit of what comes into your life or what is ready to break into your life. This could be a new era of finance for you. It could certainly kick something off or kick something into motion. So pay attention to what's happening over these next 3 days, because something new could be coming in. And it could be, for some of you, this could be a new idea. For some of you, this could be a new understanding understanding of what it is that you want to do, which I really like for you. When it comes to your physical body, pay attention to and look after your nervous system over the next few days, because it could really be taking a little bit of a hit. And then for your instinct, like how you feel, the moon in Pisces is going to make us all sensitive anyway. And earlier I was saying, if you're still here from earlier, sensitivity can be both a blessing and a curse. And when you fine tune that sensitivity, it allows your otherworldly senses to open up. So try to focus that, you know, especially on a physical level. And then for your spirit, look at that. You've got the Empress. That's beautiful. This really suggests to me that these next few days, Libra, is going to really highlight either it's not even an idea, it's going to be you sowing the seed towards something. So this could be something that you're doing behind the scenes, something that you're kind of saying, right, okay, this is now going to be my little baby. It's going to be my little seed. I'm going to plant this and I'm going to water it. I'm going to nourish it and nurture it. This is the thing that I want to grow. This is the thing that I envision for my life going forward. When it comes to your wisdom, this could be the next few days. Pay attention to the wisdom of your body, of your physical vessel. That's where you're going to find, you know, something being highlighted to you. See how it moves through you. And then for your intuition, again, same way, right? Also, if you end up speaking to the women in your life, an older woman in particular, over these next 3 days, pay attention, Libra, because they could have a message for you. There could be something that is shared with you that that ends up being really relevant for you at some point. So yeah, great. For Scorpios, for your mind, you have the Two of Pentacles. All right, so your mind looks like it's very focused on making a very large decision at the moment, one that is going to affect you or your life on the material plane. This sees you being very selective as well. It's going to see you, you know, these next few days. And remember, again, you're a water sign, so this is a trine energy for you. It's feeding into you in a harmonious way. It could really help you get a handle on or make a big decision, one that's going to affect your life on a very real sort of material, tangible kind of level. For your mood, you could be very decisive over the next few days. Yes, I know it's Pisces moon, and I know everyone's going to be like, really, with a conjunction to Neptune, but the Two of Pentacles, it can be indecisive, yes, but it's more decisive than it is indecisive. So, you know, because it's a very practical and a very grounded energy. And then for your insight, I will say this: over these next few days, deal with the facts and just the facts. Red, I mean green, that's fine. I know what you meant. I'm glad you're enjoying it, don't worry. So Scorpio ascendant, for your body, you have the Eight of Swords. All right, so, and it's interesting, isn't it? Like, that you're making a big decision that could possibly affect your life on a material level. You know, that's all in the mind. And then on the physical plane, on, you know, on the material and in your fortune, in your environment, you could be feeling a little bit hemmed in. You could be finding yourself thinking, you know what, especially if you're here in the UK, it's like, I'm sick and tired of staring at these same bloody four walls. Let me out. I feel like, you know, like the toddlers when you put them in a timeout and they're like, let me out. That's me right now. Not really. I'm a proper homebody. I love to be at home, but, you know, it would be nice. So first of all, Ophiuchus has been around for a long time. It only just dips into where Scorpio is, and it will never be a part of the zodiac. The zodiacal wheel, is really, especially when you look at it from the point of ancient astrology, it's perfection. Like, how they came up with all of that, I will never really know. It's just insane. So yeah, it don't, when you see all of these ads and these articles, and there's like every bloody year there's something about your zodiac sign has changed, it's all bollocks. I don't buy into that. Sorry, excuse my Sorry. Scorpio, for your body, you could be feeling hemmed in, but more importantly for your fortune, this is going to see you asking yourself what you're actually in for the long haul. Coupled with the Two of Pentacles there, this is going to see you making a decision over the next 3 days. As the moon moves through Pisces, you will be making a decision that has a big impact on your life, and you could be so resolute about this, which I actually really like for you. And when it comes to your insight, take the feeling that you have at this moment in time and allow yourself to feel it. All right, and then for your spirit, look at that, you got the Temperance card. That's beautiful. So I was saying, like, delving into this, your Temperance card is literally the balance, right? Sometimes it literally sees you, right, okay, what am I going to have to adjust here in order to get to where I want to? For some of you, you've got the Temperance card there with the Eight of Swords. For some of you this week, you could be paying attention to your own healing journey. If you have ever suffered a chronic illness, if you've ever had an issue of that sort, if you've ever had any kind of, low mood or depression, these next 3 days could highlight to you how and where you might be able to fix that, and more importantly, where it actually stems from. This is one of the reasons over these next few days it's really important that you just let your emotions flow. Don't judge what comes up, don't hate on it, don't, oh, I wish this was different. Don't do any of that. Don't hold it hard in your mind or in your heart or in your psyche. Just allow it to come up, observe it, and let it flow. All right, the more you can do that as the practice of water, especially as the moon's coming through Pisces, the happier and the easier it will be for you. All right, on an intuitive level as well, I mean, quite frankly, for some of you, this could literally be about wanting to leave the place that you're in. For some of you, this could be about opening the place that you're in up to the world outside, which is, phenomenal to see that juxtaposition. Two of Pentacles. All right, Sagittarius, in your mind you have the World card. This is nice to see because we've been talking about this for Sagittarius for a while, and the sun is in your sign, right? So it is Sag season at the moment. I never... Oh, that's cool. You should take my course. Sagittarius, you have the World card in the mind. This is going to see you really come into the fore, into, not only about, yourself being illuminated, but because this falls in your mind, this is going to see you really seeking not only the right recognition, but it's going to see you seeking the rewards. Excuse me. It's going to see you seeking the rewards that and now truly believe at a deep level that you actually deserve, that you actually want and need. And I really like this for you because it suggests that whatever hard work you've put in previously, it's going to see you reaching for that. It's going to see you saying to yourself, right, okay, you know what, I know I've done the preliminary for this, and I'm ready for it, which is great. For your mood, you could be feeling very strong. For a lot of you Saggies, if you are still out there and working, this next few days as the moon comes through Pisces, you might find that you are maybe not at odds with your boss, but you might be showing them up. You might just be doing your manager's job and not even really paying attention to the fact that you're doing it. And, so maybe there could be some toes crossed this week or stepped on, but hey ho, listen, if you've got the gift and you're doing it, why not own it? And your insight this week, these next few days as the moon comes through Pisces, this is really going to highlight to you what your next level actually looks like, what you're truly ready for, much like Leo with the Universe card. So yeah, but this is for you, this is in the mind sector. For your body, you have the Four of Wands. That's fantastic. Sagittarius, for those of you that are Sag risings, you have some amazing news coming to you, very likely to be on the work or the profession or the academic sphere. You've got some really great news, something that's going to truly make your heart happy and light, and maybe even going to make you want to celebrate. This is phenomenal. What I also like about that for you is on a fortune level, when it comes to the money or the finances, you could be getting some sort of a boost over these next few days. It may be something that is not hard won, but it may be given grudgingly. Do you know what I mean? Like when your boss is like, "You've done very well. Here's your bonus." Do you know what I mean? It could be something like that. And then for your instinct is just going to be for nesting. These next few days, as the moon comes through Pisces, you're just going to be like, yeah, I want to nest. I want to, do you know what I mean? I just want things to be good. I want them to be easy. I want home to be not only my place that I come home to, but my sanctuary. It has to be all of that and those bag of chips. And then for your spirit, you have the Chariot card. This is beautiful, right? So this kind of suggests that not only is this a powerful next few days for you, it could also be a time where you are truly triumphant. If you've been having a challenge with a boss, with your company, with your establishment, these next 3 days could highlight something for you that kind of sets you apart or maybe brings you into the win. And, you know, on a spiritual level, your Chariot card takes you to a place of really embodying all of the best and brightest of what it is that you of what you envision yourself to be, right? Sages are so gifted, but seems they accidentally offend someone every day, but they're right to. You know, this is my dad said something to me when I was about 15 that really hit home. He said to me, just because you're right 8 or 9 times out of 10 doesn't mean that you're not a douchebag when you're being. He didn't actually say those words, but it was something along those lines. But yeah, you know, that's the thing. Yeah, and then for on an intuitive level, your Chariot card suggests that you could be seeing not a window, but you could see, it's like this could be the moment where you see the victory lap, where you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh wow, Dan, thank you so much. That really means a lot. I worked really hard on the numerology series, all of them. The Life Path series as well, I have to say, I never expected them to be received the way that they were. I've just been absolutely gobsmacked by that time and time again. I really have. Just so thank you to all of you for that. Capricorn. Is that right? Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Have I put too many cards out? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Cap, Aquarius, Pisces. So that card is out. I told you it was very early when I started all of this. All right, so for Capricorn in the mind, you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is, you know, again for you, Capricorn, very focused on work at the moment. It looks like a lot of you are starting to really question as well what you've put into your work, what you've put into your profession or your career. And it kind of feels to me like you've really started to understand, you know what, I'm not sure if the rewards outweigh the cost that I've put in so far. When it comes to your mood, this could see you very, very determined to succeed. It could see you I mean, you're always determined to succeed, right? But with the Seven of Pentacles, this could see you very determined to either get to the position that you now have your eye on, or you could be giving an ultimatum. You know, you could be really sort of saying to yourself, actually, you know what, I'm not prepared to do this anymore, or I can't take it slow anymore. This could, you know, this could see you really gearing up to take some sort of a risk, actually. You know, and then when it comes to your insight, this next few days as the moon comes through Pisces, my advice to you would be, my dear Capricorn, do something monotonous. You know, like when you clean the house and your mind, you know, your mind just wanders because your hands are busy, your body is busy, so you can kind of check out and run over things and have those little funny conversations with yourself. This next few days would be a really good time to do that because it's going to see you solving a personal problem. Ace of Spades, Capricorn, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon, Mars, Venus, and Mercury. Oof. Oh, damn. Yeah, you never want to be read by the Ace of Spades because, boy, that's life-ending stuff. For your body, Capricorn, you have the Three of Wands. very focused on your future. And you know what I really like about this year seems to have, and you know, please don't take this in an offensive way. You know, I love Capricorns. You know, I'm always talking about Capricorns. You know this. But I've seen Capricorns become a lot braver this year, braver than they've ever been. Like, you know, I look at my sisters and I look at other Capricorns that I know. There's been a real sort of, okay, yeah, but you know, slow and steady is not always, do you know what I mean? Slow and steady is not always going to be what gets me to where I want. And it kind of looks like some of you are being really bold, really brave. As the moon comes through Pisces over these next few days, that Three of Wands is going to see you really putting your money where your mouth is in some respect, which I really like. This is you not only focused on the future, but it's going to see you really kind of saying to yourself, you know what, you got to speculate to accumulate. And I really like that. This is about you taking a Capricornian calculated risk, which to most people probably doesn't look like a risk at all, but you know, we'll take it. It works. For your instinct, these next few days, you could just know where something is a good deal, where something's a good shout, where you should be going for something. Love it. Absolutely love it. Maria, thank you so much. Capricorn, for your spirit, you have, yeah, of course, you got the devil card, or the horned one in this deck. Makes total sense, right? That's Capricornian energy. So at a soul spirit level, this is about you being very honest over the next few days. As the moon comes through Pisces, this will see you being very honest with what you need, with what you want, with who you are, and ultimately what you can give on an instinct, on an intuition level, like on an intuitive level. This is going to highlight to you, Capricorn, what you need to release now, what you know, what you've done too much of, or what you've given too much to, is probably the best way to put it. Love that. So for Aquarius, you have the star card in your mind. Of course you do, right? The star card literally represents your sign. And so if you're an Aquarius, if you are an Aquarius ascendant, this is obviously for you. And so for your mind, for where your mind is at, right? This kind of really shows you, what's the word? It really kind of highlights to you as well, actually. That's a better word. It highlights to you what it is that you're actually trying to build. Now, these next few days could really start to see you put not necessarily a physical shape, but put a mental shape or plan together. You could really start to see the pieces coming together. And it's really interesting because the first day that I did this spread was as the moon was coming into Capricorn, and I was so nervous that day, and I was just like, and then when I did the moon coming into Aquarius, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm cool with this. I could do this. This is good. I like it. And now that I'm doing it with the moon in Pisces, I'm like, yes, this just feels totally where I'm supposed to be. I feel totally aligned. So this star card could literally see you, right, yeah, it's all coming together. In terms of your mood, this is going to see you a lot more connective. It will see you really wanting to connect with people, to, you know, maybe even as well, this could be a time where you start reaching out to people for collaborations, what they actually, you know, what you envision for that. Your insight over these next few days is going to come as a download. It will just be information that kind of pours in. And you know, if you stare off into space and people are like, are you okay? Just, yeah, downloading, give me a sec. That's what I do. I'm like, you know, it's just like zzz. Great, really great. For your fortune, for your body, you have the Three of Cups. So for all of you Aquarius people, over these next few days as the moon comes through Pisces, you could literally be having a reunion. You could be hearing from a friend that you haven't heard from in a long time. Remember, your star card can very often be long periods of time, anything from 15 to 21 years. So this could be somebody that you knew as a teenager that you reconnect with over the next few days. It could be somebody that you were really good friends with at one point but haven't seen for the longest time. Yeah, great. When it comes to your fortune and your finances, that Three of Cups kind of suggests that this is the next few days is going to be a time where you're just wanting to be a bit more free or wanting a bit more fun. How much you can actually do that, if you're here in the UK with me, then, not sure. But yeah, this could definitely be a time where you're reconnecting with somebody over the airwaves for sure. And it could be somebody that you haven't heard from in the longest time. For your instinct as well, your instinct is going to be drawn to what makes you feel good. So over these next few days, Aquarius, if you find yourself reaching for anything and everything that kind of gives you that sort of like hit, that would be why. So for the spirit, you have the moon card. All right, so on a deep intuitive level, this deck is called the Green Witch Tarot. This deck is called the Fluellen deck. Absolutely love these. And this deck is called the Keymaster Tarot. It was part of a Kickstarter project that I backed because when I saw them, I just absolutely fell in love with them. I couldn't not have them. So for Aquarius ascendant people, you have the moon card in your spirit. And what this says to you is that at a deep intuitive level, this is about you observing the past. I mean, the moon card literally represents the past, plus the Three of Cups. This could be as well, over these next few days, this could be a time where you want to plan a full moon party. Not sure who wants that or who it's relevant for, but it could be relevant for you, or a get together of some sort. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, this could be somebody really coming back into the fold. Somebody from your past over these next few days, Aquarius, could really be coming back into your life. On an intuitive and sort of spiritual level, this is going to see you really paying attention to the changeable nature of life, and more importantly, this could be where you gain a nugget of wisdom from the from looking at your past, but doing it not objectively, allowing yourself to feel what you feel. But this could be where you really heal something this week. Over these next few days, as the moon comes through Pisces, this could be a time where you really heal something within yourself by just observing it and looking at it. Oh, happy birthday, Kat. I hope you have an amazing day. And then for Pisces, this is your moon. Look at that. You got the Nine of Pentacles. So you're going to be all in your element, feeling yourself, feeling your own energy, which I really love for you. Your Nine of Pentacles in your mind. This could see you coming up with some amazing, beautiful visuals or creative things. If you're a songwriter, a painter, an artist, if you work in any kind of visual arts, this could be, these next few days could really just see that creativity absolutely soar. You could be downloading paintings or ideas for things like this is a really good time to pay attention to the aesthetics of your life as well, because the Nine of Pentacles is just a very beautiful card. It's such a Venusian kind of energy. It really is gorgeous. And the Venus is currently, and we talked about this, if you haven't checked out the astrology stuff that I was talking about in terms of the moon, go back to the beginning of the video and watch that whole sort of astrological segment that I talked about, because I talked about the moon trining Venus in Scorpio. So this could be like a lovely, really lovely time for you actually. When it comes to your mood is going to be focused on anything that brings pleasure and beauty and even harmony as well. Like I could definitely say that. What I also get from this for you as well, this will see you wanting to have an easier experience of it. And this is kind of what your focus will be for the next few days as the moon moves through your sign. You'll be asking yourself, how do I make life easier? How do I make life more harmonious? And then for your body, you have the Knight of Wands, right? So this could be a very steamy time for you, Pisces. I mean, if you're partnered, even if you're not partnered, in fact, especially if you're not partnered, right? You know, this could be a time where you're just really sort of in your body and feeling that sort of embodied energy. When it comes to your fortune, for a lot of you, this is going to see you really focused on what it is that you're passionate about. So, you know, you're looking at making your life easier. And, you know, with your body card, your Knight of Wands, this is about you saying, right, I'm ready to give my time, my energy to what my passions actually are, to the things that I really feel pulled or drawn towards doing, rather than the things that I have to do. This is going to see you really starting to pull away from that. And on an instinctual level, your Nine of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands, that's going to see you're going to be in this really creative zone. So whatever you are in, Pisces, this is a time to dip into your imagination, because the chances are you could come up with something that is just either super profound or super, super beautiful. So use this energy to your advantage. It's your, you know, the moon is coming through your sign. And then finally, for your spirit, you have the Judgment card. So Pisces, I talked about this earlier as well. This is a time to connect to your angels, your guides, your spirits, your ancestors, your dead, you know, whatever you have in that otherworldly sphere. This is a time for you to really connect with that and those. You know, especially anything that's other. This is a time to connect to him. This is a time to connect to her. You know, those of many names, let's say. So yeah, use this to your advantage. Now with your Judgment card as well, it would be really important for you to pay attention to the not right now. This would be a really important moment for you to, sorry, that's the door. This would be a really important moment for you to pay attention to your to your connection to the cosmos. And that's what you're known for, that immersive energy into all things that are. This would be a really powerful time for that. The Judgment card is a very deep card, because it's connected to, you know, the age of things, you know, and when I say the age, I don't mean just the physical age, I mean like the age of things, the age of Pisces, the age of Aquarius. You know, it's about the completion or the culmination of something that's come full circle and full cycle, and so therefore it represents the big changes in our lives. This next 3 days could route a very big change within you at a really deep spiritual level. And when it comes to your intuition, excuse me, this would be a really good few days to create something for a loved one that has passed, or create something through a loved one that has passed, or, you know, through something otherworldly, you know. Yeah, it could also be a really good time for you to see a medium or a psychic or something of that nature. You could get a lot out of it. So that is the moon through Pisces. Pay attention to what comes up over the next 3 days for you and for your sign. Keep me posted in the comments. Let me know how it goes for you. Thank you all so much for being here, whether you are here live. For those of you that stayed, it means a lot. It really does. For those of you for those of you that have come later and after, it's lovely to have you. So with that said, please remember, Radiant Reality is searching for a full-time, permanent, forever home. And if you want to be a part of that and bag yourself a reading at an amazing price, if you want to get on my tarot course, which, you know, there's only 13 places left now, which starts in January. If you want to get yourself one of my moon calendars, there's a full moon calendar, a new moon calendar, and 2 tarot calendars as well. So if you want to be a part of that, I would absolutely love you if you could. So check out my Kickstarter on the link in the description box below. With that said, have an amazing Sunday, take care, and I will see you soon.